Hey everyone, I'm Haskins. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you a brief tutorial on how you can transfer your builds to a new world. And if you have a paid or rented server, like say Bisect Hosting, I'm going to also show you how to transfer in and out of those servers as well. And this is a new channel that I created specifically to help you all out with your builds and different creative tooling inside of HYTALE. So if you do find today's video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. So choose a building out of your village you want to transfer to a new world. We're going to start with this blacksmith's house here. And if you're in survival, we're going to need to toggle the creative. And in order to do that, we're going to type in /OP space self. And then we're going to hit enter. And this is going to allow us to toggle over to creative mode by pressing the O key. Now that we're in creative, we're going to go ahead and hit tab to open up our inventory. And you'll see that we have these tabs up along the top here. We're going to want to select the one with the wrench and the pencil here. Now, one thing to notate though, if for whatever reason you were toggled in your backpack, you're not going to see those tools. I know that some people have had issues with that before. Make sure you toggle off your backpack to open these up. And we're going to click and drag the selection tool down into our hotbar. And let's also bring the paste tool because I can show you how to move them within the same world as well. So to choose our selection, things are a little bit easier if you double tap your spacebar. You're actually going to be able to fly and get a better view of what's going on. Now we're going to start by taking this building. We're going to go over to this corner here, and to select, we're going to hold down shift and we're going to left click on this point. And we're going to come out to the widest point of our building, and we're going to continue to hold shift, and then we're going to right click. Now from here, you have all of these little selection panes. You have one on the sides, you have one on the top and bottom, and then you have one on the left and right. You can click and hold with your left click, and we can drag this up to the highest point of our building. And we're going to come around the back here, and we're going to click this pane. You can tell which one you're highlighting by it changing to that like lighter blue color. We're then going to click and hold and drag this back. Now, one thing to notate, if you have trees and a bunch of stuff around, it's going to select all of that and bring it with you. So I recommend either clearing out the tree before your selection, or you can do that later on. Now that we have our selection, we can do one of two things. We can copy and move this build anywhere we want in the existing world by holding shift and clicking C. And then we can go on over to our paste tool by hitting whatever key that is in your hotbar. And you can see here we have this to place anywhere in our world. So if we wanted to move this up here, we weren't happy with the original placement, you can also rotate it by hitting R. And then to place it down, we're just going to simply right click. Now, if you don't like where you move the build, just hold shift and Z, and that's going to undo the paste. Now, if we want to save this as a prefab for later use or transfer into other worlds, we're going to start by typing in /prefab space save, and then we're going to hit enter. And then from here, you're going to get this new window that pops up. Let's call this the blacksmith house. And by having the include entities checked, that's going to include anything that you kind of put in your build from a creative perspective, whether that's NPCs. I recommend keeping that checked, and the rest of them I recommend leaving unchecked. I don't know exactly what all of this is going to do, so feel free to experiment with that, but once we're ready to go, we can just simply hit save. Closing out, let's relaunch HYTALE, but instead of clicking play, we're going to come up to the top left here and select settings, and then from here we're going to go down to this directory section here and click open directory. Now this is going to open up our HYTALE files. We're now going to go scroll down here to users data. Then we're going to go down to saves. And then the world in which we saved it in. So in this case, let's go into our Hyrule world. We're going to click that there, and we're going to come down to prefabs. Now, once in here, you're going to have your list of prefabs. We're just going to simply click the one that we want, and we're going to copy that. Now, if we want to bring this into a different world, we're just going to go back to saves and select the different world, go back into prefabs, and then we're going to paste this in. Now you can also do this using the dedicated servers you might be renting. For example, we have Bisect Hosting, which is a private server our SMP is using. If you have stuff saved out of there, we're simply going to find our files folder, and then we're going to come down to the prefabs. Now anything you saved in that server will be located here. They will not be in the actual HYTALE files. So what we're going to do is just simply click this checkbox, and we're going to click download. And now this is going to go to wherever your downloads are located. And then we're also going to go back to the HYTALE launcher screen like we did previously, and we're going to do the same steps by clicking Open Directory in the settings. And then we're going to go to Users Data, and then from here we're going to go into Saves, and then finally you'll have your local worlds that you want to move them to. I want to move it to this Hyrule world. We're then going to open up our prefabs folder, and then we're just going to simply click and drag this into the folder. And if we want to transfer from a local into the server, all we need to do is in that same folder for our server, we're just going to click the upload button. We're going to go to the file location that I showed you previously in the Active Directory and just upload that particular prefab into this folder here. Now let's just load it back up and select the world or server that you want to transfer the build over to. So let's grab this world here. And once we boot up, all we need to do, again, is make sure that we are in the creative mode. And again, to do that, it's just /op space self and hit enter. And then we're going to hit O to toggle into creative. And then from here, we're going to find a location we want to paste this building. So let's just come on over to this area here. It doesn't really matter. This is just for demonstration. We're going to type in / and then we're going to say prefab space load and hit enter. Now from here, we're going to have this assets section here. Let's click this little arrow and we're going to go into a server. Now, anything you loaded into that world's folder is going to be available. So we're just going to simply click on this here. We'll go ahead and hit R to rotate again to wherever we want this. You can also page up and down with the page up and down keys to move it up and down, and you can go left to right with your arrows, and then just right click to paste it in. Let me know in the comments what's the next tutorial I should make to help you all out. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I earned your sub. We'll catch you all on the next one.